Hello everyone, welcome to the guide on metal fields. This one, first of all, you need to get Pharaoh, so just, she's around this place, so just run inside and sneak past the police bots, and then you gotta make sure that you have Borman, Dax, and Pharaoh together. On Pharaoh you need to have the circuit breaker ability, same thing for Dax, and on Borman you need to have the Hog Rush. Then give each of them a silent weapon, and you have some EMP grenades as backup. And one more thing that I need to say is that people who are not in the squad, their abilities do not revive. So be careful about that. That's why you want to have all three so that their abilities will keep reviving. If you, for example, switch Pharaoh for Selma, then after Pharaoh used the circuit breaker, even if we kill 2 more enemies with Selma, Pharaoh will still not be able to use her mutation. First thing we're going to do is we're going to attack this police bot. Oh, and you have to remember to whom you gave a weapon that has a chance of disabling the enemy. That's dependent on to what weapon you gave the attachment. I have it on the ancient pistol, which Pharaoh has. So Pharaoh's gonna move up here first, and she's gonna try to shoot with her weapon, ancient pistol, and we're gonna see if it happens to disable the police bot. It didn't, which is okay, but if it did, it would be nice. We're gonna move up Borman to, for example, there, and just actually we're not gonna shoot just yet. Because just in case, Hog Rush is good in the sense that Hog Rush always works, but the circuit breaker only has a 75% chance. So in case Dax messes up and is unable to actually disable the police bot, we have Borman as a backup. Okay, so, but Dax did well. He did actually disable the police bot, so now we can use Borman for a regular shot. Next up, we're gonna use Borman again. And we're gonna finish it off with... Now, Dax has used the circuit breaker ability, and Dax also has the... Actually, no, Pharaoh has the ancient pistol, so that's fine. If you had used Pharaoh for the circuit breaker ability, and she still has that gun, what you could do is you could switch the ancient pistol to somebody else to make sure that... that you have the chance of using the ancient pistol before... Like right now, the Pharaoh has a circuit breaker ability, so what you'd want to do is you could switch the weapon and give the ancient pistol to Dax instead, because then Dax could shoot first and we could see if there's a chance that he will disable the police bot and first. So I'm not gonna do it here because it's not that necessary. But it's a tactic that you can use if you want to have like a backup for your mutations, because this can get rough if you miss and if you don't pay enough attention to having like a backup mutation. Like she missed right now, right? So now I need to use Hog Rush, and this is gonna be actually, I'm quite excited about this because if you don't miss any of your mutations, this gets very easy, and I kind of wanted to show you what it's like if it's not that easy. So I'm kind of happy that she missed. Then we're gonna move Dax to here, and we're gonna shoot with them. Okay, he's disabled because of the Hog Rush, so we can just easily kill him off. And he is going to be disabled for 1 more turn, so we don't need to use any special abilities. You just finish him off. And we got some critical hit switch. There's 1 more enemy right there.
It's getting fun.
We'll finish it off with Pharaoh. Load, please.
Say my name, Jizwipe. It's Pharaoh.
There's that rubble behind it. Is that an enemy or is this like a statue? Yeah, that's just a statue. Okay, now we have a problem, right? Because now we have used up all our mutations. So what you're gonna do? Well, first thing you can do is you can use an EMP grenade. That's the easy solution, which I could show you. There's an alternative way, and that's using Borman's twitch shot. And let me just move somewhere where the police bot isn't gonna like threaten me, I guess. And what you can do is you can switch one of your people, which in my case is going to be Pharaoh, because I really want Dax to have the circuit breaker ability in the next turn. So I'd switch Pharaoh for Selma, and Selma has a twitch shot ability, which I can show you in the mutations here. But we don't have enough points for that. But if you do, what you're going to do is you're going to get the Twitch Shot ability with Selma. You're going to equip it. And then you're going to get the Twitch Shot with Borman. And between these two things, you can do, what, like, Borman does 6 damage basic, -1, which is the armor, so 5. So he can do up to 10 damage. Selma can do 10 damage, so that's 20. And then Dex is going to do the additional 5 with his weapon. For that, you're going to make sure that Dex has a weapon that does 6 damage. So you have to switch his crossbow to... okay. You didn't need to... You could switch his crossbow because that's going to do a... Sorry. Selma and Borman will do a damage of 10 each, so that's 20. And then the crossbow is going to be just enough to do... Does damage of 5, -1 is 4, and the bot only has HP 24. Or you could use the Skull Splitter, but it's not necessary. Now, because we don't have enough... we need one more level to actually be able to do that with Selma. What you're gonna do instead is we are going to switch Selma back to Pharaoh, and we're gonna use a grenade. That's why we have... I haven't bought any grenades for this. It's just a grenade that I found in the game before. So you can, for example, attack him here, and then you're gonna use your grenade with Borman, for example. And it disables him. So with the grenades, this is fairly easy. I prefer to use the mutations, but the grenades are important backup in case that, for example, you needed to one of the mutation shot missed, and you needed to kind of cover it up for that. So that's why it's good. The Selma thing works as well if you have enough, if you're at a high enough level, or if you have used. For example, if you didn't get the Joker, and then you have enough, that's fine. Pharaoh, where are you? Oh yeah, she's here, so just shoot.
Give up now and I'll go easy on ya. Get some!
Oh, we got hit, which is very nice. We're gonna move Borman here and shoot it up. Now, next up, we have the police bot enforcer. At this point, Dax has enough of has killed enough enemies, so he can now use the circuit breaker, which is super important. The police bot enforcer is like, I'm gonna run away because I know you're gonna kill me. Well, I'm just gonna follow him anyways. The Skull Splitter, but if you're wondering, like, could I use the Twitch Shot and the Skull Splitter, because, like, I have the Borman, or I have Dax right now, and he has the Skull Splitter, so why don't I use that? The problem with that is the fact that... Let me just hide my people until the police bot enforcer comes back. Because there was another one, another bot there, so that's why we couldn't just, like, attack him. Yes. The Skull Splitter, because of the weapon that Dax has, it only does 5 damage. It hasn't been upgraded. It would only do damage of 7, then Borman would do damage of 10, so that's 17, and Pharaoh would do damage of 6, so that's just not enough. Not for the police bot enforcer, but for the regular police bot, it's going to be 23 if you subtract all the armor. However, if you were able to upgrade Dax's weapon, then it would be fine. But the way it is right now, it wouldn't work. Okay, so Dax has the circuit breaker, so let's move him to somewhere like there. We're gonna use the circuit breaker. Nice. We disabled him, so we can now easily continue killing him. With Pharaoh, move here, for example.
I'm the hero.
Now you might be thinking at this point this is kind of like rinse and repeat, right? Well, not exactly, because there are gonna be two bots that are standing too close to one another. There's gonna be like a no way of we have 100% here and 60% chance of a crit chance. It's gonna be like no way to separate them, so that's gonna be an interesting fight later on. But right now, this is just picking them up one by one. Can you reload? Nice.
I am the beautiful weapon.
Again, he's disabled for one last turn, but we can kill him this one last turn.
You don't know who you're messing with. Too easy.
Okay, we'll finish him off. Nice. Okay, next up we have another spot over here. This is another police spot, unfortunately. For this one we now have two different available options. We have the circuit breaker on Pharaoh and the hog rush on Borman. So let's just get here. And we're gonna start with the circuit breaker. And then if that doesn't work, we're gonna use the hog. So let's use the circuit breaker. Hope for the best. Nice, we did it. We'll move Borman to, how much does he have from here? 75%. So we'll move him a bit closer like that. And then shoot him up. Finish it off with, well, not finish it off, but finish the turn off with that. Nicely done. So let's shoot again. Then again. And finally, with Borman. We'll just kill him off with, not with, yeah, with Dex should be fine. No, with Dex we will 1 HP not enough, so we'll do it with Pharaoh. Come on.
Say my name, Jizwipe. It's Pharaoh.
Nice. Now there's still more enemies here. There's actually plenty of enemies here. So next up we'll I don't know. Yeah, there's another lonely enemy here. Okay, so we'll just go. We could hide here. Why is nobody else going to? Come on. We'll just attack. Who has my circuit breaker ability? Dex doesn't have it. Pharaoh doesn't have it because we just used it. So we need to use Hog Rush. Okay, that's fine by me. Let's Hog Rush him. We'll use Dax to just, okay, he cannot shoot from his position, so he gets 100% shot from here, for example. So let's shoot it up.
I did that. What do you think about that, huh?
Then we're gonna continue with Pharaoh.
Think about it.
And with Pharaoh again. Oh, we get 2 critical hits, that's just so good with her. Nice. And we'll take this up. Great.
Get your asses
Group my guys. And there are gonna be more enemies somewhere here. I honestly kind of forgot where they were, so we gotta make sure that we kill everybody before we go at those 2 bots that are too close to each other, because we're gonna want to use loud weapons on them. So before you do that, just really make sure that you've kind of killed everybody else. So don't be, just run around the place and make sure. So let me make sure, and then we're gonna continue after. Okay, so first of all, I found another police spot here on the right, and then over here we have those 2 guys that are standing very close to each other. Yeah, you can see the other police spot there, and they're just standing. This one is moving, so we can kill him off easily on the right. But those 2 are standing together, which is a bit of a problem. Gotta wait for it. Okay, we'll wait for him and we can attack him now. Now, Dax currently has a circuit breaker ability, so we're gonna use that on this police spot. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Actually, you know what? Let's first use a Pharaoh with the Ancient Pistol. We kind of stopped doing that, but we should be doing it. And we're just gonna see she has a 50% crit chance because she has like a increased crit chance from where she's hitting, so that's really good. But we didn't manage to disable the enemy, which is a bit unfortunate. We move Borman to here and then shoot with him. Nice. And then we're going to use the circuit breaker with Dux.
Does that hurt?
Alternatively, if you were afraid that that you wouldn't do the 75% chance, you'd want to use a Dax before Borman, and then in case you messed up the circuit breaker, would use EMP grenade. But you know, to be honest, when you're doing it for like with the fourth bot, you just tend to forget all these things and just go the regular way, and then you can get in trouble. But yeah, so just remember that. Okay, I think we have killed up all those enemies, so we can actually go at these two guys. So let me prep everyone in position, then we'll continue. Now I have run around the two enemies because there are more police bot enforcers here, so we're gonna move to this direction first. So I'm gonna move up with Pharaoh and use her circuit breaker ability to kill off this police bot enforcer. There's another police bot there, as you can see. Okay. Then we're gonna move up Borman to here, for example, and shoot with the memory needle pistol. And then with we're gonna continue with Pharaoh.
Say my name, Jizwipe. It's Pharaoh. Get some.
Nice. And with Borman, we have one more turn to kill him. Finish it off with.
Give up now and I'll go easy on ya.
Okay, let me prep up everybody for this last police bot attack, and then we'll continue. Now this one we're gonna do a little bit differently because I want to make sure that we have both the Hog Rush and Dax's circuit breaker on the last two enemies. So we're gonna actually switch Pharaoh for, let's give it a Gaper for example, for Selma, because Selma can get the twitch shot as well. So we're going to use the twitch shot, well, get the twitch shot mutation with her. Let me get it. Nice. And on Dax we're going to take the double critical chance when hidden, and we're going to make sure that we switch the Joker for the twitch shot on Selma, and then we have the, well, we could go with the niche shot. It doesn't matter. And then we have the twitch shot on Borman. So we need to have twitch shot on Borman and Selma.
Regroup.
Now we're gonna move everybody close to there, and we're gonna attack. Now, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna move Dax here. Actually, no. Let's move Borman there. There's a 100% chance here and a 60% chance of a crit chance, which is huge. And then we're going to use the twitch shot. So we have 75% chance of a shot, but 60% chance of a crit chance. So let's go with it. Nice, we hit him twice. So now the enemy only has 12 HP. Next up, we need to use Selma. Selma has a 100% chance from here. And she needs to use her twitch shot ability as well. Nice. So the enemy only has 2 HP now, and then we're gonna move Dax here and finish him off. You could use either, you could use always EMP grenades to make sure that you can kill him. So equip the EMP grenade on Dax, and if either Borman or Selma are unable to get the twitch shot, what you'd want to do is use Dax then to use the EMP grenade, and then you can just easily finish them off. So that's just a backup. Okay, so we've killed everybody else, so now it's time to go towards these two enemies. The police bot and the police bot. Okay, so now we have switched up our people. So we got Pharaoh back. She has the ancient pistol and a boomstick. Now, what mutations am I using? On Borman, I have the Hog Rush. Twitch shot, which we cannot use, but we could use run and gun, for example. So run and gun and Hog Rush. On Dax we have the circuit breaker, this is important, and on Pharaoh we have the gunslinger, so she can shoot multiple enemies using 1 HP, 1 AP, 1 action point. Now if you're wondering why didn't we just use the grenade, of course that's the easier way. The easier way is just throw the EMP grenade to disable them both, then focus all your energy on killing the police bot enforcer, and then right before the turn that the police bot would like have a turn, like stop being disabled, use the circuit breaker on him, so that works as well. Okay, but we're gonna do this the hard way, so let's begin. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna look at my mouse was weak. We're gonna use the gonna move Dux here maybe, and we're gonna use him to circuit breaker the police bot on the left. Good. Nice. So he's not going to be able to move for 2 turns. Then, oh, I forgot to switch the weapon on Dax, but that's okay. Then we're gonna use run and gun and hog rush this police bot enforcer. You should have switched the weapon to the loud one so that we can do much more damage with Dax, but I forgot. Then we're gonna use the boomstick on police bot enforcer with the Bowman. Nice. Next up, we're going to use Pharaoh, and we're going to move her to somewhere where she has a 100% shot on both guys. Again, switch the weapon to the boomstick. So to here, and we're going to use her gunslinger ability. Nice. We can have 75% shot on them both. Wow, and we did some nice damage to them both. Then we're going to use a Pharaoh to just shoot at this police bot enforcer. Nice. Oh, and she used the ancient pistol, so now he's actually disabled. So if we know that, then you want to focus most of your attention to the police bot, actually. Because he only has 1 more turn during which he's disabled, but the other guy has 2 more. Then you want to focus on this one. So, Borman, I want you to shoot him instead. We have a 75% shot, that should be okay, yeah. And then we're going to use... well, actually, let's use Dax. Dax should be able to finish off... he won't quite finish him off. Well, never mind. We're gonna shoot him anyway.
I did that. What do you think about that, huh?
Because this guy is disabled for a few more turns, that's okay. Then we're gonna reload with Pharaoh. And we're gonna attack him again.
Know who you're messing with.
And then we can finish off. Some of you might have noticed that actually if we used Pharaoh to attack the police bot instead of Dax in this last turn, Pharaoh would be able to kill him, so we should have done that, and then Dax would be able to hit the police bot enforcer. It wasn't necessary for me because police bot enforcer was disabled for a few more turns because of the ancient pistol, but if in your case you didn't get the ancient pistol, then you gotta be careful about that. So use the Pharaoh to finish off the police bot, and also remember to switch the weapon on Dax. Because if you do that, you will be able to kill the police bot a little bit earlier as well. So if you switch the weapon early enough and then use Pharaoh to finish off the police bot and then Dax to kill the police bot enforcer, you should be able to do this without the success of the ancient pistol. If you still find that you have trouble with this, use Mod Wings on Dax. Use the Mod Wings to get a crit chance when you're during some turn when you're attacking the police bot with the Dax. So during the second turn most likely. Use the Mod Wings so we get a critical hit, and that will again allow you to kill the police bot quicker. And one more thing in this entire area of the metal fields is the fact that anytime you kind of mess up or you miss too many times or something wrong happens, always remember that you have the EMP grenades and then can get you out of any trouble because they'll disable your enemy for 2 more turns in your golden. So at any time if you're in trouble, just use it. And a last side note, I have a new mic for this one and I really like it if you give me a comment and told me that the audio is good, because I hope it's good now, because I had a lot of trouble with microphones. And I guess I'll see you in the next area. Bye bye!